What is the impact of this on Lamar Jackson here? I mean, first we saw Deshaun Watson, then Kyler Murray. Now this to kind of somewhat, not necessarily even things out, but it gives him more of a playing field with he's in the middle of contract negotiations. What does this do for him?
Well, it's a tough contract negotiation because Lamar Jackson's doing his own deal. I mean, he's acting as his own agent, and in talking to people in Baltimore, that's tough for them because if you don't give them a great deal, then you took advantage of them. If you do give them a good deal, then you're being kind to your franchise players. So it's almost like one of those you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. You have to give them the contract extension. So here's the deal. He wants a lot of guaranteed money. Everybody now is eyeing that Deshaun Watson contract and all that guaranteed money, over $225 million. That's too much. It was a bad deal. People in the league didn't like it. But you know what? When you're negotiating for yourself, you're going to use that as a benchmark. So I think what you're going to look at now is the $165 million of guaranteed money that Russell Wilson got compared to the $225 million. And somewhere in between it, I think you're going to get what Lamar Jackson's going to get in terms of guaranteed money. There's a report out there, somebody reported that he turned down $250 million in guaranteed money. That's not true. He would have raced and signed that deal. So I do think it's going to come down to how much guaranteed money is in the contract. If I were him, and it gets to be about $175, $180 million, I would sign that deal.
He said he doesn't want to negotiate during the regular season. Do you think we see this get done in the next week?
I think they're closer than people think. I just, again, because I know how the organization feels about him. I know how he feels about the organization. And all you have to do is look at the landscape. These deals are getting done. Murray got done. Wilson got done. And this one will get done as well. So, no, I don't think there's going to be a problem because I think it does get done before the season. It should get done before the season. And when you play like Lamar Jackson, his game is to move around and run and get outside the pocket. You want to get that deal done. You want the money in your pocket because he might be a different quarterback if something happened, God forbid, he got injured playing outside the pocket. So I think it's in his best interest to get the deal done. It's in the Ravens' best interest to get the deal done. And then it'll be on to Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert. Those guys will be the next ones up.
All right, that is exactly what I want to mention. But I want to mention them in terms of guaranteed money here. So Russell Wilson, third most guaranteed money. We saw Deshaun Watson at $230, Kyler Murray at $190. You talk about what we could potentially see Lamar Jackson at. We are seeing more and more guaranteed money. What does this do for guys like Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow?
They are telling their realtors to go look for bigger houses, and I mean mansions, because they're going to get tons of guaranteed money. When you look at a guy like Russell Wilson, he's going to be 34, and he's getting that kind of guaranteed money. These two guys are young. They're guys that are going to be around for a lot longer than Russell Wilson. So I think when you look at it from that standpoint, I think both those guys are going to cash in with, $200+ million in guaranteed money, I believe. And after the season, you can start negotiating those deals, and I think both teams will try and do that, particularly Joe Burrow. I think having gone to the Super Bowl, he's one of those guys that you want to try and get him locked up, and I'm a big believer in Justin Herbert, always have been. So I think both teams will get those deals done after the season, and if you're smart, you do them quicker. Because look at Patrick Mahomes' deal now. Remember when he signed that deal? Everybody said, "Oh wow, $45 million a year." That thing looks less and less like the gigantic contract it looked like when he signed it a couple years ago.
You think about the Cowboys, how long it took them and Dak Prescott to get to that deal there. Now it's just sitting there in the middle of the pack. I hope we can negotiate maybe some guaranteed money with our boss, Pete Prisco. Thank you so much. NFL returning September 11th. Broncos at Seahawks. These are games you're going to see on CBS. Or excuse me, that is not on CBS, but Broncos and Seahawks, that's going to be on Monday. Chiefs, Cardinals, Raiders, Chargers, Browns at Carolina. The Baker Mayfield revenge game on September 11th. Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.